I'm Margie Shader from livealittlehigher.com. In 1998, my husband and I decided to leave our beloved country, Colombia. We used to live in Bogota. We had a beautiful life there, but the problem was that there was a lot of insecurity. There was guerrillas, there was kidnappings, it was not an easy life. It was very scary, and we said, this is it, we're fed up, we need to move on, and we need to give our kids a beautiful, safe life. So we decided to move to Miami, Florida. Our kids were small, and at that moment, we decided to put them in a Jewish day school. I thought, you know what, they're gonna learn English, and at the same time, they're gonna learn Judaism. I personally didn't go to a Jewish school. I grew up going to an American school in Colombia, in Bogota, a beautiful, great school, which I adored. But we were moving to a different place where there was not such a big community feeling. And I felt that my kids needed to grow up in a place where they had a community. So when we went to look at the school, this Jewish day school, it seemed very religious for me. Specifically, the girls went in skirts, the boys wore their tzitzits, they had kippahs on their heads. And I thought, you know what, this is a very religious school. So if you're gonna have your kids in a religious school, you know what, you need to have at least a kosher home so the kids can come to your house and be able to come and play with your children. So I also felt indebted with God. I felt this sense of huge gratitude that we had been able to move to Florida from Colombia, that we were able to live there in a beautiful home, and the kids could ride their bicycles in the street. And my husband had a job in Miami. He didn't have to travel back and forth like most of the husbands had to do. And I felt very, very grateful, very, very grateful, and like indebted to God. So my first step was making my home kosher. And I made it kosher out of gratitude. This was the feeling that I had. Like, not the first time that I stopped eating shrimp because I had to change something for God. I was scared. This time it came from a place of gratitude. So when we connect to God, we can connect to God in two ways. One is something He sends us from above, down below, something that will shake us and will wake us up and say, hello, I'm here. Or it can come from within us. It can come from a place that is deep, deep in us, where we feel that we want to be close to God. And these ways of connecting to God are both real and both good ways. In reality, the one that comes from you is even stronger, because when it comes from Hashem, sometimes you're challenged with something and 2 days later you forget about it. The thing passes. But when it comes from inside of you, it has a much bigger effect and it's more real, because it has to come from work. And when you work on it, then you become it. So I leave you here, and I wish that you live a little higher. Thank you.